Hi, I'm Lily Smith.
I'm Colton Oki.
I'm Alyssa Leon.
I'm Asim Sheikh.
I'm Augustine Manu.
And this is our presentation.
So there are many resources at UT, but there are still many different categories that are still lacking. And after we surveyed students, we found that printing at UT is both tedious and rather consuming in terms of money because of the payment methods, and also the entire process is just pretty convoluted. So currently the way it works is a student goes to one computer, logs in, uploads their document, and then goes to a different computer, logs back in, and then can select some of the different print options, and then they either pay 10 cents for black and white or 40 cents for color. Now, there are many students at UT with financial hardships, and this is actually one of the ways to kind of show this is there's approximately 2,000 Pell Grant recipients in each class, and Pell Grant recipients are students with exceptional financial need, and this just shows that many students at UT just don't have the spare income to spend money on printing. So ultimately, having a better process would make it more efficient and more accessible to everyone at UT. And also, according to the Helena and Dembo book that we've been using throughout the semester, there's numerous benefits of having this free printing. So printing out supplemental resources such as class readings or PowerPoints would allow students to be able to create their own concept maps and even make their own notes for the lectures. And having their own notes would allow them to use better elaboration techniques and strategies so that they can connect certain content to other content in the class and better understand all of the content. And lastly, note making instead of note taking is a very effective learning strategy, and by being able to preview the information before class, students can look at what information is going to be taught in class and find the key points, so that way during the lecture they can take notes primarily on the key points and not just verbatim about what the professor is saying. And also, free printing is something that is being used by a wide variety of institutions, both in Texas, universities like Texas A&M and Texas State, as well as universities like Georgia Tech already have free printing, and so UT Austin is rather unique in its lack of free printing.
As a solution to the inconvenient printing system that is currently in place, UT is providing each student with 15 free print pages per week. There is also going to be a new and more convenient way to print. Students will now be able to submit any documents they wish to print to freeprint at utexas.edu. The new printing process does not only allow for free printing, but it is also faster and more convenient. Unfortunately, not all printing can be free. We want to make sure that students don't take advantage and overly print, so the limit of 15 pages per week was put in place. After a student has gone over the 15-page limit, they will automatically be billed to their What.io page. The What.io page keeps track of any balances due to school and can be paid at a later date before the beginning of the following semester. We will now demonstrate the current method of on-campus printing. Step 1, you will log on into the UT Print portal. Step 2, you gain access to the UT Print landing page. Step 3, you then click on the upload button to locate and upload your file. Step 4, upload the desired document you wish to print. Step 5, select print options. We will now demonstrate our new, more convenient method of on-campus printing. First, you will email your file to freeprint@utexas.edu. You will then receive your job code via email. Next, type in your job code at any iPad, select your printing options, and print. Lastly, you can pick up your prints from the designated printer.
Why the solution is effective? First, we could talk about capital resource. Every student at UT will be able to print freely without having to pay for anything, even though there will be restrictions to how much pages a student could print every week. We could also talk about time management. Since printing is free, students will be able to print class schedules, which they'll be able to plan out their time while they study at UT, and they will be able to know when the exams are coming up and also have schedules from their classes. Also, we'll talk about testing themselves. Since online homeworks are available for students can print out online homeworks and rate test themselves after solutions are posted on Quest.
Our target audience for our resource is all UT students. As we all know, college students can be stereotypically lazy and broke. The task of trying to figure out the current printing process and adding Bevo bucks or money to a printing account can seem daunting to most students. This prevents many from utilizing the current on-campus printing services that UT provides. Additionally, the current printing situation deters students from practicing some good study strategies, such as printing outlines and concept maps and using them in lectures. The format of our new printing process would make printing much more user-friendly and simple to use. The accessibility of the new system would make students more inclined to use the printers and therefore increase their success in their classes. Also, free printing would be idealistic for college students and would help students with less economic resources to be more successful in college.
There are no major roadblocks surrounding our new form of printing, but questions arise when you bring up the free aspect. The most obvious problem surrounding this new system is where will we get the funding for the free printing. UT Austin is the only public university in Texas that doesn't offer some form of free printing credit, and this includes other schools in the UT system. Some would argue that it isn't feasible for such a large university to offer a no-fee printing system, but Texas A&M has the largest student body, and they still offer each student a $30 credit per semester. We agree that it isn't feasible to allow unlimited free printing for students, but so there definitely needs to be a limit to each student that they can print. Indiana University, for example, uses a system that provides students with credits based on how many hours they're enrolled in. This is a good solution, but we believe that allowing 15 free prints a week is a better alternative and more sufficient. Texas State even allows 2,500 free prints a semester, which makes 15 sound like no problem. At the end of the day, UT is a major university with enormous amounts of funding, so allowing students with some form of free printing credit is definitely feasible, given all the other colleges that have found a solution and alternatives for their students.